Okay, Mr. Chad Niceville from
Hi.
Wilson, how are you?
Good. Glad to be
How
here.
has your day been? Because you have been all over the place.
I'm coming off of my sister's wedding too yesterday.
Oh, really?
So my week in general has been pretty much a circus. I'm going to be in my bed for a long time tomorrow.
I bet you are.
Yeah,
was her wedding in Detroit local?
Well, we grew up. We were born in Port Huron, and her husband was born in Romeo.
Oh, yeah.
So we had the wedding out in Romeo at this golf course called Gray Lake, I think.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was just like this, where it was kind of like sporadically showering. So she was all bummed, and it like pissed rain right when we showed up to the wedding. Oh my God! And it ended up stopping. It was a real quick ceremony, so like literally for 10 minutes it stopped, and then as soon as we were done, we had to do pictures, whatever, wedding party, and so it was pretty crazy.
That's usually how it works.
And like today, we're like loading our gear, and we're like, it's gonna fucking rain all over. But it miraculously, it like rained right before we played, and then we played, and it wasn't raining at all.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm very excited about you guys playing with Seven Dust.
Oh, so are we.
And I will see you in Grand Rapids and in Flint.
Nice.
But what I'm curious about is how does it work? How did you end up becoming involved with that tour?
Well, I mean, the music industry is kind of weird. In this particular situation, we're friends with the band. So when they were putting together their tour, we were asked before even the dates started getting worked out if we would do it, and we said yes.
Oh, okay.
So, but there's other ways that sort of thing happens. Like, everybody's doing, managers and agents are scratching each other's backs and like doing, favors for, and then we're lucky enough to most everything we've done has just been like on the heels of like the other band, like wanting us to be there. So, which is nice because then, no one's like, you don't know.
Those guys again.
Yeah, it's like, we don't really want this band to be here, but we're doing it because we need to do it for our manager or agent or, we've always been kind of lucky in that aspect.
Which is very cool.
Yeah.
I have to ask for right. Okay. I was watching the video yesterday. It's the album I just bought, Right to Rise, one of my favorite songs besides Give 'Em Hell. The dogs in that video, because I'm a dog lover. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I thought I saw that. I had a shirt on earlier that had a tombstone on it, and it said, "There better be dogs." I'm a huge dog fan. I do a bunch of charity work for No Kill Shelters here in Detroit.
Oh, okay, good for you. That's a good cause.
Yeah.
Yay, save the dogs. But how did you did you have a trainer there to kind of coordinate how the dogs had to be in the video?
So I write all of our videos and produce them all. And when we do those, when I do those sort of things, I really end up finding myself in way deeper than I was originally thought I'd be in, because I get so involved in it and like really involved in it. And with that particular video, it was probably with a friend of my friend Ray, who I've done all the videos with or whatever. He and I and this other guy, Nick, we wanted to have the dog symbolizing what it was to be a Detroiter, like running through these different areas of Detroit and watching it turn from the blighted shithouse that the public knows or whatever into what we know is Detroit's happening right now. We wanted to show a little bit of the positivity, but we wanted to do it through, and we think of, so the cover of our record has a dog on it, and that dog is a stray dog that my friend Joe Gall and I would go out a couple years ago, and we found this dog, and we thought it was obviously very characteristic because it had very special because it had an upside down cross on it, but it was the leader of its pack.
Really?
It had a girlfriend and like friends and all this stuff, like buddies and stuff. But we knew, and it died. It ended up dying through a cold winter. But we knew this dog was like pretty special, and it kind of told the story about who we are as people, as Detroiters. Like, this dog had to wake up every single day. It had to figure out how to find food for its family, for its people that count on it. It had to find a place, safe shelter at night, and hopefully no other the elements that be or other dogs were to kill it to take over its shelter or whatever. So, every day it was a struggle. So that's why we chose that. And with the dog, we wanted to show that everyday struggle of a Detroiter through the movement of these dogs. So we're supposed to be one dog, but then I was like, we need to get like 5 dogs. And they're like, well, that's going to be pretty rough because dogs that don't know each other are going to be really hard. And so I ended up casting those dogs.
Did you really?
So I hit up a girl. My friend Nick hit up this girl that he had found on the internet after calling all my friends. Being like, dude, do you have a couple dogs? Do you have a couple dogs? And she's like, I can get you like 8 dogs that are all well trained, you know, with their owners and stuff like that. That was probably the roughest part of the video because they're dogs.
Yeah.
So, but we were like setting them up to do specific tasks, and they were so smart and great that they kind of nailed it like more than I think the band nailed our performance. They're like, dude, what? What's next? Fetch a stick?
Right.
Give me something I actually can't do. Huh?
True. Yeah, animals are very simplistic and more simple, I think, than people. You know,
I love
there's a lot.
dogs.
Yes, me too. Do you own any? Well, you probably don't own any dogs because you can't.
I have no dogs of my own. My parents have a dog, and I had family dogs. I don't own a dog because I think it's selfish. So that's why I do a lot of work with like shelters and things like that.
Have you guys ever done a performance benefit for a shelter as Wilson?
No. This is recently in the past past year I got involved. I did like guest bartender shifts where I would give all my tips to the shelter. We've done raffles, things like that with like different merch items that we would give to charity and things like that. Yeah.
Would you ever consider doing something like that in the future?
Yeah, of course.
Fun.
Yeah, it'd be really cool. Especially if it was a show that was for all dogs.
Yes, definitely. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
So I know at one point you had to you lost a bet
Oh yeah.
and you had to be clean shaven.
Yeah.
I am curious what that best bet was.
So when we were in Europe, there's lots of different types of currency in mainland Europe or whatever. Specifically, once you get up to, I shouldn't say lots. When you get up into like Denmark and in Sweden and Norway and those areas that are kind of like almost out of the Union, they have their own. Each one of those countries, even though they're like only a couple hours away from each other, their own currency. So we had this argument about a specific currency, and you know, not to talk shit about Kyle, but he's very intense about being right. You know what I'm saying? But he's usually wrong. So he's like one of those guys, really, really headstrong about the fact that you're wrong. So. And this happens time and time again, where I'm like, no, dude, you're wrong. He's like, no, dude, you know, and then every time he's wrong. So this particular time, I just was sleeping, man. I fucked up, and you know, he got me.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't have really shaved it if I didn't want to shave it.
Yeah.
It was 7 years.
Oh wow.
So I thought I should probably
it was time.
See my chin once.
Just once. And then never again.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it through the summer, obviously, because that shit sucks.
So I always like to ask about tattoos because I have them, and I think tattoos can always tell an interesting story about a person and whatnot. But I notice you have numbers on your finger.
Those are my family's birth years. So it's my sister's birth year, my birth year, my father's birth year, and my mother's birth year. And they were done in different places across in the world where they wanted them to be done. So I would wait until I got to that tour on a tour to get to that specific area in the world that they were really trying, that they felt was a special place to them, and got it tattooed then. So that's why they're all a little bit different and
that
stuff.
Is very cool.
And then so that's what those mean. And if you look at it too, like the reason why they're placed like that is it goes up through the years of what.
Yeah, that is really neat.
Yeah.
Is your dad still working, or is he retired now?
He wants to retire. He's got a couple more years.
Yeah.
He's almost there. He's going to be a happy man.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that's kind of what your music reminds me of, is blue collar,
That's
down
exactly
to earth,
what it is. Yeah.
hardworking. You know.
The idea of the band is music in general is full of a bunch of fucking douches that take it way too serious. It's entertainment, man. You know, music can change the world, but it's because you're not the most important thing of why it's changing the world. You as a human being are. And if you can't understand that you're just a small speck in a greater massive universe, as far as like how this sort of shit kind of works out, then you're exactly what's wrong with rock and roll music. You know, nobody. Just because you're on a fucking stage doesn't mean that you're better than the people that paid to fucking see you to be at the, in the concert. If anything, you are. And you're the talent, dude. That's what you're just doing this dancing jig or whatever.
Yeah.
Jump, monkey, jump. Come on.
Right.
But the idea of it for us has always been about making sure that it's put out that way.
Yeah.
That we're just dudes. I don't go up and put fucking makeup on my face or whatever it is. And I don't pretend to be more important than any other person in the audience or whatever it is, and it sickens me that some people do.
Yes. Well, Kelly, you let me give you a hug, so.
Huh?
You let me give you a hug, right? So that works for me. Have you guys ever had to stop playing a show or stop in the middle of a show and just stop playing for any reason, or has it always been
Like set done?
Yeah.
I'm sure in the earlier years of the band, we definitely got like the plug pulled on us for something. Like when this band started, we all came from different projects that have toured and done the whole song and dance in our own world. So it was never really supposed to be like, oh, we're the band, fucking go do all this shit. It was just to fucking get free beer.
Right.
That's the truth of it.
You don't want to forget about the chicks.
Yeah, I mean, sure, chicks. Whatever the perils of like
Right.
just having fun is.
Yeah.
So when you start a band that way, you tend to like do some silly shit. And I hadn't been at the time in like a heavy band in a while.
Yeah.
So I was a little nervous, a little shy. So I did all these weird things on stage to kind of like, because I didn't feel as confident in what I was able to put out there. That's where the bass drum came from. That's where bottles came from. That's where like I used to trash cans. We used to have fucking like all this shit. Anyways, the point of the story that I'm wait, what am I? What was that? Off stage. This guy was like really adamant about getting. Hey, was that Galesburg when we were smashing that dude in the head with a trash can? This is Galesburg, Illinois, about 7 years. Jason and I were the only people that are still in the band. Yeah. He's what? He passed away? Oh, shit. Oh, no.
God rest his soul. Wow.
Oh, this story just took a hard left.
I didn't hear that at all.
I don't think we've ever gotten pulled. I can remember,
That's cool. So I'd like to ask fun questions too. So this is a versus, so you got to pick one. So cake versus pie. If you had your choice.
Pie.
Pie.
I don't eat cake.
Okay, cool. DC versus Marvel.
Okay, so I'm just gonna have to say it. I grew up with the X-Men. That was my comic book collection because that's how I got introduced to comics by my friend's older brother. So I'm always gonna go with Marvel because of X-Men. But I mean, you'd be stupid to not be,
Right.
Once you get deeper and you start to, uncover things like all those greats that the DC comic has.
Do you have a favorite X-Men character?
Wolverine was always my favorite. That and Night.
Deadpool?
No, Night.
Night Demon?
The little monkey guy, blue guy.
I'm drawing a blank.
That guy. Me too. My brain's all mushy.
That's okay. Okay, Family Guy versus South Park.
Fuck, man, that's hard. South Park.
And Boxers versus Briefs.
Boxer briefs.
Yep, really?
That's what I always do. That's what I always have.
So
Unless they're silk boxers.
Oh, yeah.
Feels good on your nuts.
So, based on all of your personalities, speaking of Family Guy or South Park, based on all of your personalities, what characters would you say on those shows kind of remind you of yourself?
South Park? Which is like the I think it's Stan that like organizes a lot of shit, right?
Yes.
I'm the Stan.
Yep.
I don't think we have a Cartman. I'd probably also be a Cartman though. What is Kyle is the kid that can't talk.
Oh, Kenny.
Kenny. Shit, my
Kenny.
brain is falling apart. Kyle is Kenny.
Yeah, I was going to say, who would Pootie be?
Pooey is Big Gay Al.
Yeah.
Jason's probably what's the teacher's name?
Oh, Mr.
Mr.
Hand?
Mr. Hand is his sock puppet, but yeah, he's a teacher.
Yeah.
And James is Mr. Hand.
Oh, man. So, last question, because I know you're tired, and I'm tired, and it's been a long day for all of us here. So when is it that, did you guys get a break from the festival here before you jump on to the Seven Dust?
Yeah,
bit?
actually we don't leave for Seven Dust until the 7th of September.
Oh, okay, so you get some time off.
Yeah, we're gonna write. We've been writing, and so
Have you?
yeah.
Are you able to write on the road, or is
We do
that-
write on the road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we try to stay as busy as we possibly can.
Which is not hard to do.
Yeah, it really isn't.
It's really not.
We do it like a bunch of writing when we're home. We go up to cabins,
Oh, okay.
for a few days.
Yeah. Put yourself in nature.
Shut off all the world and just like get ourselves in tune with what we want to do.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time and
Thanks
it's
for
been
having me.
awesome.
Thanks for having me. All right.
Cool.